Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Plus Model Radio, the #1 podcast for plus-size women. I'm your host, Shanice Lewis, coming to you live from Los Angeles, California. Today is Monday, January 25th, 2010. Save the date for the second annual Curvy All-Star Weekend, April 16th through the 18th in New York City. I will be coming there, and Maddie, Mia, the whole gang with Plus Model Magazine will be having a fabulous weekend where we end with walking the MS Manhattan Walk and raise money for MS. For those of you that didn't attend last year, I know you saw the pictures online, and we had a great time and raised a lot of money for charity, so make sure you join us this year. Again, the date is April 16th through the 18th. And more information about the weekend schedule is coming soon in the February issue of Plus Model Magazine. And speaking of Plus Model Magazine, make sure you check out the Plus Model Magazine blog to get a sneak peek of the February issue. It's going to be really hot. We've, gave you little samples of the pictures that are going to be in there, and everybody's going to be talking. But I can't wait till y'all see it, and you'll know why, February 1st. So we've got a fantastic show for you this evening. Coming up later on the show are Marisa, Balletti, and Daryon, Haylock. I'm slaughtering everybody's name tonight. The first question I'm going to have to ask everybody is to pronounce your name correctly. But coming up first is Aimee Cheshire. I'm going to have to ask her if I'm saying that correctly. Madison Plus was created by Aimee, a fashion professional who had worked and modeled in the plus-size market and was frustrated with the lack of excitement and choice. In mid-2008, Aimee, who is based in New York City, started brainstorming what is now MadisonPlus.com. MadisonPlus.com is the first website of its kind to combine some of the best designers, fashion lines, entertainment, and community into one web platform, a website that will truly let the modern plus-size woman be treated like a first-class citizen and help this woman discover and define her style. Madison Plus will be the destination of choice for the modern woman's lifestyle. Let's welcome Aimee to the show. Hi,
Hello.
Aimee. How are you?
I'm fabulous. How are you?
Good. Now pronounce your last name for me.
It's Cheshire, like the cat.
Oh, okay. So I was way off.
No
way off.
It's a tough one to get.
Right. Now, you're originally from Canada, correct?
Yes. Yes.
So what's the difference in the plus-size scene in Canada compared to the U.S.?
Well, when I was growing up in Canada during the 80s, and we would always drive down to the States to buy clothing, so my initial experience wasn't good because we couldn't find anything for myself, or I would have to shop where my mom shopped, which is never a great experience when you're like 10, 11, 13. You don't want to be anywhere that your mom is. So it was definitely a rough start, but recently in Canada there's been a lot of fabulous stores like Additional, MXM, Voluptuous that have really addressed some of the plus-size women needs. Of course, there's never going to be enough, but it's fabulous to see those companies doing so well. And also there's been a ton of stores that have been starting to offer up to size 18, which allows a lot more girls to shop and with their friends and increases the amount of customers that a store can have. So it's really, a move in the right direction. I so wish more retailers in the States would do that.
Mhm. So do you go back and forth to Canada often? Is your family still there?
Yeah. My parents are in the States, but the rest of my family is in Canada, so I definitely make a trip for once a year to visit all my family and friends. I love going back home, and it's always a good time.
Now, what were you doing before you became a plus-size fashion blogger?
Oh, well, I've done a lot. I went to college in Virginia, and then after I got a degree in psychology there, I decided to move to New York to get another degree in fashion merchandising. And after I graduated, well, when I was in school, I modeled, was a plus model, and I worked for a stylist. So I really got to the behind-the-scenes world, and I learned how to, style a photo shoot, work with various magazines and high-end fashion lines. So it was a really cool experience. And then from there, I went into product development with a plus-size retailer. So not only did I have personal experience, the modeling experience, but I also have got the product development experience. And so after I was laid off from my position, and it was perfect timing to get into plus-size blogging. It was the next logical step, and I was really excited to be a part of it.
Do you feel your degree in fashion merchandising is an advantage you have over other plus-size bloggers?
Well, it's probably not an advantage. It just gives a different point of view than everyone else. I really understand the construction of garments, the ins and outs of the fashion industry from both sides as a customer and as someone who created the fashion. So it was definitely very helpful for me to have a different point of view that some other bloggers may not have. Everyone, talks about what they wear and, their personal experience with the whole plus-size world, and I think I bring a different edge to it that may not be out there already.
Now, how long has your blog been in existence? Because it came out of nowhere and just blew up overnight.
Well, I appreciate that everyone took notice. We came about in October of last year, and I'm so glad it took everyone by surprise and that everyone's loving what we're doing. It's been working hard for it for a while, so it's really super exciting to have such a positive response, have a really strong vision about what the plus world is lacking, and I think we are really filling a void, and it's just so exciting that everyone absolutely loves it as much as we do.
And when you built your blog, how did you get the word out about it? Through social networking? Is that what you did?
Yes, 100% social networking. It's really been the key to our success. A lot of use of Twitter, use of Facebook and MySpace. They've all been essential tools in us developing Madison Plus. We couldn't have done it with any social networking at all.
Now, before you started blogging, did you have any idea what was going on in the plus size community? Has it exposed you to a lot more? Because I know you're in the fashion and retail, but there's a lot of groups and fashion shows that some people at the top level really don't know about.
Yeah, I think I always believed that I had sort of a pulse of the plus-size community since I was personally part of it and then working in the industry, but definitely I've been so exposed to more of the plus world since I've been blogging from everyone's blog, from whether what they're wearing, where they're shopping, but also the whole fat acceptance world of learning to love your body. So I really did not get as much exposure to that side of it when I was actually in the industry, and your head is so into the game of what's the next best T-shirt that's coming out next year. So it really it has changed my point of view and really opened up my eyes to a lot more of the community. Before I was blogging, I really didn't have an idea of how many fabulous blogs there are out there until I started to really dig deep and do some research. And I was so excited to see that there was such a community for plus-size women out there. It's been a lot of fun.
Now, where does the name Madison Plus come from? Because when I first saw it, I thought your name was Madison.
Well, I have been called Madison a lot, so that has been a bit of getting used to. But I'm absolutely flattered by it. It was a really great way in how we came about the name Madison Plus. I was working with my team at a library on Madison Avenue, and we're just throwing out a bunch of names, and whatever name we would get close to deciding, I would say it 100 times to make sure I didn't get bored of it, and so finally we came to Madison Plus, and it was just perfect. It was everything everyone knows of Madison Avenue. It's a very familiar word, so it just was perfect. And once we came up with Madison Plus, the rest was history. We finally had a handle to name what this blog was going to be. It was really a good moment. You don't realize how difficult it is to come up with a name. I didn't think it would be so tough.
And after I was reading more about you, I thought maybe Madison came from one of the colleges you attended because Madison was in the name.
Yes,
so
that
is
true. Yeah, glad you noticed. I didn't. Yeah, James Madison University. So, maybe that word has been following me around for my whole life, just waiting for me to use it.
It was just meant to be. Now,
yeah, exactly.
I notice you keep referring to when you talk to your blog, you say my team and we. Who else do you work with on this blog?
Well, I've been very blessed that I have a fabulous web team that I work with, and their company's Bartok Web, and I couldn't do any of this without them. My experience in the whole computer world was limited, and they definitely have taught me everything, and have really helped me get my point of view and define my point of view, and it's just been a great experience to have some people that you can really depend on, and that they share the same passion and vision as you do, which
is that strictly a technical team, or do they help with content as well?
Mostly technical, but they definitely help with content. It's all, it's a give and take. You got to get help wherever you can, especially with running a blog. It's a lot more difficult than I had thought.
Right, especially the more popular it gets.
Yes. Yes, and everyone wants the newest content, and there's been so much happening in the world of plus size, so it's definitely been keeping me busy.
Now, there's so many plus size blogs out right now because blogs are all the rage, and there's so much competition. So how do you keep your blog at the top? Oh,
content. So much content. I've developed a hand cramp from all the typing that I've been doing, but it's absolutely fabulous. So there's been so much in the plus-size world, from V Magazine to some of the comments that various designers have been making. So there's been no shortage of inspiration to write about. So I think that helps differentiate us from the other blogs where we're constantly updating. And also we've partnered up with a bunch of people in the industry. We're trying to team up with as many other blogs that we can and various retailers to get more different points of view and to work with other people to help differentiate ourselves a bit more.
So the key is the more content you put out, the more people will visit your blog daily.
Basically, yes. You got to think of websites like Perez Hilton, who he's constantly updating. So those are, tools that I looked at from other websites to see how do they do it. So, I didn't want to reinvent the wheel, but I knew there was some tools that I could learn and really develop Madison Plus to be the #1 blog for everyone to visit.
Now, besides being a blogger, you were also a plus-size model, or are you still modeling or just focused on your blog?
Well, I am Madison Plus's main model. So, it's been great fun. Like, I've been able to feature what outfits I'm wearing for either day-to-day or various occasions, items that I love. So that's how I've been continuing in the modeling world. But I've also, reaching out with some of our partners and doing some fun things, and they'll be coming out soon. So we'll definitely be keeping our audience in the know with everything that I'm up to as well.
So do you still go on go-sees, or is
no.
not that deep into it?
No, not that deep anymore. I did my time, and now I've definitely defined what I like doing, and I've really gotten into this to the website, so it keeps me busy enough.
So as a plus-size model, when you were doing it, were you signed with an agency, and what were some of the gigs you had the opportunity to do?
I was signed with I Plus Models in New York for a while. I did a lot of like local runway shows like Macy's, Bloomingdale, Saks. But my biggest gig was with Marie Claire. I had the opportunity to do a nude photo shoot. So it was definitely a quick experience in body acceptance to go from not always showing off your body to then really showing off your body. So it was a really good experience that
Wow. Do you have that on your blog where people can see?
No, I do need to get it up, and I will get it up there very soon, and I'll let you know once it's there. It's a really great picture. It was based off of the Kate Moss Obsession ad when she's laying on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll post it up this week, and I'll let you know.
Yeah, because I don't know if I remember. What year did that come out?
I want to say it was 2004. I don't know. Time escapes me. Yeah, it was a few years back. I was 24, so yeah, a few years ago.
Oh, it sounds cool. Marie Claire always does cool stuff like that.
Yeah, they were really, really pushing ahead with getting real size or real women out there, and with Glamour 2 now doing it more. I think there'll be more to come. I sure hope so.
Do you have anything coming up we can be on the lookout for? Anything new and exciting coming up with the blog or?
Well, yeah, like Madison Plus, we're constantly developing the blog, and we will actually be relaunching very soon with some really exciting content and much more. It will give our fabulous Plus women many more ways to get their fashion fix. So that will be coming up soon, and we'll be definitely keeping everyone updated, and of course you as well, about what we're doing, because it's really going to be quite unique and very exciting, but I can't say just yet what it is.
Okay. Well, I can't wait to hear more about it. And one more question I had, what is the difference between the daily and the dish sections of your blog?
Well, we're still working out the details, but the daily includes everything that's happening, all the posts, the blogs, everything. And then the dish is more the gossip. But we're still working on defining all of our lines and organizing all the blogs.
So that was a part of the new stuff coming out. I just learned it.
Yes. getting clearing. We've done a lot of organization. Like I think I've had over 300 blog posts. So just since October. So we've been reorganizing, getting all the posts in the right area, and I hope very soon that it will all be very defined and easily understood for everyone. But we hope to, develop those areas more, and also our Maddie Plus area, which I haven't been able to give as much attention to as I like, but it will be growing. And Maddie Plus area is like for teens, so we hope to get more content in there for teen girls as well, because I think it's important to get them while they're young.
Awesome. And for those that are not familiar with the blog, tell us the official website.
It's MadisonPlus.com, and we can be reached. You can find us over Twitter, and our username is Madison Plus as well, and Facebook. We're under Madison Plus, so there's numerous ways that you can reach us, and we're really looking forward to all your comments, opinions, anything you want us to cover. If you want to send us pictures of yourself and your favorite outfit, I love that. So definitely want everyone to tell me what they want to see, and I'll be happy to incorporate it.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show. I love your blog. It's very attractive, not just having great content, but it looks great, too.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad you love it. It means the world.
And definitely keep me posted with your exclusives on the new stuff with the blog.
I will. I'll definitely be in contact about everything that we are up to, and I'm sure you'll love it.
All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you, and you too, and thank you so much. It's been so much fun to chat with you.
All right. Talk to you later.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And again, that is Aimee with Madison Plus, and let me spell it out just in case you're confused about the spelling. It's MadisonPlus.com. No spaces in between or anything. So coming up next on the show is Marisa Balletti, and she might have to tell me the correct pronunciation of that as well. And she is the owner and operator of Sassy Mouth Photography and former creative director of Daily Venus Diva. Born, raised, and currently residing in Meriden, Connecticut, Marisa is a born artist, channeling her creativity through painting, writing, photography, and even retail merchandising. Marisa has found a love for documenting life through photos. As a model, she's worked for Venus Divas Magazine, All You Magazine, Bella Curves, Plus Model Magazine's first directory photo shoot, and Entertainment Tonight on a special for Curvy Brides to Be. And let's welcome Marisa to the show.
Hi.
Hi, Marisa. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Now, pronounce your last name correctly.
Well, you got it right on the second time. It's Balletti.
Okay.
The first time was a little off, but that's okay.
Okay. Well, good. The second time's a charm.
Yeah, you got it.
So, what is the plus scene like in Connecticut? Because I don't hear about that area too much.
We have lots of real ladies in Connecticut. It's not so glamorous as the plus scene in New York City, but we have a whole bunch of curvy ladies up here. I used to work at the Lane Bryant, so I got to meet lots and lots of them. Kind of low-key, but they like to look nice, They like to put on their pretty dresses and go out. Other than that, we're keeping it kind of low-key in Connecticut. More of them are coming out of the woodwork, though.
And you go back and forth to New York a lot because New York is the biggest city closest to you?
Yeah, I do go to New York quite a bit.
Okay. Now, what were you first? Were you a model or a photographer first?
Well, first I was a model as far as the industry. Well, first I was a retail store manager in the plus-size industry, and I used to look at the pictures that we'd hang up every day and say, I think I could do that. So then when I had the opportunity to leave my job there and check out the industry a bit, I used to look at Monique C's stuff on MySpace all the time, and she posted that she was looking for models for her Curvy Girl Night Out. I couldn't make it down for the casting, and I thought it was kind of like a crazy idea that I was going to try to run away to New York and walk in some show. But I bought tickets to the event for me and my mom so we could go down, and I emailed her and I told her that if she needed any models that I would be going, and I walk up and down my hallway every day in my apartment so I could give it a go. And she called me up within a couple of hours and asked me if I could do it, and I said yes, and I went down there. I met all kinds of amazing women that I didn't know because I didn't know anything about the industry whatsoever. I was sitting in the room with all kinds of wonderful people, and I didn't know who they were till I got to come back home after the show and look them up. But I went and I did the show, and I walked down it, and I was shaking the whole time, but that was my first thing.
You were nervous, or
I was nervous. No, I could walk in heels. I told you I walk up and down my hallway. It was a big show, her Curvy Girl Night Out. It was the second one, and there were so many people there, and it was just, I turned around and I walked out that door and into that runway, and I just pranced like everything I had learned from America's Top Model, and it was wonderful. I got to use all my walking skills. But afterwards, it was just great, and then I just started learning about everything I could. I just Googled for days, and I became friends with people anywhere I could. And then I had my husband start taking some pictures of me because I didn't have any pictures of myself. This was all just something crazy I wanted to do. So he started taking pictures of me, and then I thought, well, maybe I can get a real camera. And that's when the photography started, when I started to make him do photo shoots of me.
So I know one of the types you shoot is plus models, but besides that, you do shoot weddings as well, and you recently won an award for your wedding photography. So tell us about the award you won.
I won the Bride's Choice Award for WeddingWire.com. It's for 2010, and it's for the top 5% of wedding vendors throughout the country. And so that's pretty exciting for me. Last year when I joined the site, I had done a handful of weddings that I didn't have any of the reviews, and I used to look through all the vendors on the site and just see all these wonderful reviews, and I was so jealous that they got to do these weddings, and I was just starting as far as weddings, and I didn't have a bunch book like I do now. So over the past year, I've worked real hard and took some beautiful wedding pictures, and now I have 14 5-star reviews, and I won the award for this year.
Wow, well, congratulations.
Well, thank you. I'm excited about it.
So besides the photography, we also mentioned briefly that you're also pursuing to be a plus-size model, and you participated in the first Plus Model Magazine directory photo shoot. Now, was that a big boost in pursuing your dreams as a plus-size model?
Absolutely. Up till then, I had done a couple shoots with some photographers, but nothing like that. It was just a wonderful thing to go. When I got the email from Maddie, I read it 100 times. I was excited. I was going to be in Plus Model Magazine. Then I went down there, and I met Lucas and so many wonderful people, and I got my makeup done and some hair put on, and I rocked it out. I had the best time doing that.
So those were your first professional pictures, so it made a difference. It made a difference when promoting yourself, right?
Absolutely. I got to use them on a little comp card that I made myself, and after that I booked All You magazine, and I became the face of a online clothing company. So it definitely helped me as far as the plus modeling.
Wow, so that's a success story by being in the Plus Model directory. Well, now it's the Plus Size Industry website,
it is.
But it's the same thing. So everybody listening, make sure you sign up for that website.
No, and it was so much fun too. Just to go do the photo shoot was such a blast.
Yeah, you can really help you out because they're expert in the plus modeling world to tell you what pose looks best and blah blah blah. So I also know that you're an advocate for more diversity in the plus industry in regards of size, because, you know, the plus model industry tends to use the smaller girls.
Well,
so
because I'm a bigger girl.
Tell us why you think it's so important for the industry to be so more diverse.
Well, when I worked at Lane Bryant, I remember we would get the ladies in at least once a day that would come up to the register, and they'd put their stuff down, and they'd look up at the poster behind me, and they go, oh, she doesn't look like me at all. This isn't a real girl. This isn't a plus-size girl. We heard it all the time, and then one day we got a poster in, and it was of Maisha, and she had a little roll in her bra, and everybody was so excited to see somebody with a little something like they had. So I absolutely think that when I'm flipping through a magazine, I notice a curvy girl right away. But when I see a girl that's a little more curvy than the usual girl I see, I take notice. I go to that website, I check it out. So you know, I understand why the 12s, and I think they're beautiful. Right. I would love to see an 18 or a 20 in an ad, and there's absolutely been more of that lately. I've seen it in like the Just My Size ads and things like that, and that's wonderful. But if I'm going into a store, I want to see a real lady up there.
So the customers like to see the roles.
They did. I mean, I'm sure that they don't want to see all of their business, but a nice little bit here and there makes them say, okay, I can wear that, you know. And when they saw that with the bra, they said, there we go. Now there's somebody up there that we can relate to. So that absolutely made a difference.
So are you still working with the Daily Venus Diva, or have you moved on to other projects?
Right now, no, I'm not working with Daily Venus Diva anymore, even though it was wonderful. And I thank Venus Diva so much for everything they let me do over the past year. I went to Valerie, who's absolutely amazing, and asked her if I could try a few things, and she let me play around and sort of find what I wanted to do as far as like layouts and doing graphic works and trying to show people bargains. I'm a total bargain hunter. So I absolutely love that. When Daily Venus Diva moved into a bit of a more of a blog format, and Stephanie does such a fantastic job updating it constantly. It was just so much. She was doing such a good job, and I didn't feel like I could bring my whole heart to it. So I did have to move away from Venus Diva right now, but I am the shopping lady for Plus Model Magazine. So I'm going to still be doing my layouts and shopping stuff through there. But Venus Diva's
so
amazing.
You're still connected to us.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't run away.
So you've been on both sides of the camera, as a photographer, as a model, as in retail. So what are some tips you can give to aspiring models on how to prepare for a successful photo shoot?
The best thing they can do is read their call sheet. If it tells you to get a manicure, go get a manicure. If it tells you don't show up with makeup, don't wear makeup. I think following instructions and putting the effort into it, when you show up right and how they ask you, I think that speaks so much to how much effort you put in before you got there and how much it's going to mean to you. Mm-hmm. And I think that showing up with a smile and like you're there to have a good time and not talking about how tired you are and how long your train ride was and how late you were up is so you have to have a good attitude. There's other people there who have been there longer than you that morning.
Right.
Just smile and it's okay. You can sleep later when on the way home. But put on a happy, like I try to walk into every room happy, you know.
Yeah,
life is too short, so
goes a long way.
Absolutely. A smile will take you so far. My mom always told me that. And it really does. It's the first thing people say. They say you're in a good mood, they're going to be in a good mood, and how you interact with everybody at that photo shoot is going to affect it. So make sure that everybody loves you at the end. I try to make everybody love me.
Right.
And then, you know, you never and all these people that are at this photo shoot are people that are probably going to help you at some point later on. And you know, I've been on photo shoots where the other girls were trying to take it too much as a business thing and like passing out cards. And I think that you have to establish some sort of interaction between somebody before you start handing them cards and things like that. So I try to you know,
you're handing out business cards before they start a conversation.
Yeah. Or if the person who's steaming the stuff, you're handing their business card to them before you even introduce themselves. So definitely, like, a good attitude and making yourself memorable is important, and being ready, being prepared.
Now, when I put the ad up for this episode of Plus Model Radio, the first person to leave a comment was your mother. So let's give a shout-out to Mom and tell me how her encouragement has helped you pursue your dreams.
Oh, I saw that. She's so funny. She's my best friend. She's just a great person. And you're going to make me cry because she left the first comment. She's so funny.
Yeah,
but
she seems like she's your number one supporter, and my mom is just like that, too.
No, she is. She's my number one. She came with me to the All-Star Weekend last year.
I remember.
You remember?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. She's just wonderful. Any crazy idea I have, I call her up, and she says, go, do it. So I have to definitely give her a lot of credit as far as my whole business, because if I didn't have her to talk to, I would have probably lost my mind by now. So definitely shout out to my mom. Thank you.
Yes, shout out to Mom. Thank you for all the support.
I know. She's wonderful. She is.
Do you have anything coming up that we can be on the lookout for?
Oh, I do stuff all the time. I'm hoping to make a trip to New York City in February to do some romantic smooching couple pictures because it's in Valentine's Day. Right. But I do have something in the works with Plus Model Magazine doing my first photo spread for them, hopefully in the spring.
So when you go to New York in February, are you taking appointments or is something already set up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
no, I'm taking
promote yourself, girl. Tell them how to get tickets.
I'm taking appointments for the 12th and the 13th, and you can contact me at www.sassymouth.net, and my email's on there, and I like crazy ideas, and I'll talk to you. If you want to take some pictures, I take fabulous pictures.
Right. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. It was a pleasure having you on, and I hope I see you at the All-Star Weekend this year, too.
Absolutely. I hope so, too. That was so much fun. I got excited when I heard there's another one.
Yeah, well, last time you didn't get to stay the whole weekend because you had to go to a wedding.
I know. I had a wedding. You remember everything.
Yeah. So maybe you could block out the whole weekend this year and walk the walk with us.
I know. That would be fun. I'm a lot of fun.
Yes. So thanks again for being on the show, and continued success with your photography.
Thank you for having me. That was good times.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. And again, the name of her company is Sassy Mouth Photography, so make sure you check her out. And last but definitely not least is now, I've messed everybody's name up tonight, and so I guess this is just the trend of the night. Daryon Haylock, and I should know his name. He's going to dog me out. He is one of the plus model industry's most sought-after makeup and hairstyle artists, known for his artistically inclined visions and uninhibited range of creativity. He has been in the business for over 15 years and still is raising the bar for himself through the world of beauty and fashion. Currently freelancing while also working as the resident artist for the Tyra Show. He's always looking for new ventures that would allow him to stretch his creative wings and keep him entrenched in the culture that he loves, the creative sphere of hair and makeup. Over the years, he has assembled a stellar roster of clients, the plus-size models including Takara, Fluvia, Lisa Scott, Wineka, and Ivory May, actresses such as Kim Cattrall, Vivica Fox, and songbirds such as Mariah Carey, Michelle Williams, and Chrisette Michele. He is a professional, creative, committed, and reliable, destined for greatness, leaving his beauty mark in every country and city he goes. Continuing to build his brand and touch lives with the stroke of a brush, he proves to be an asset to the beauty industry, working towards being known as one of the top makeup and hair stylists of our time. Let's welcome Mr. Haylock to the show.
Shanice.
I don't know why I'm messing up your name.
Me neither. How you doing, love? It's Daryon.
I second guess myself.
You just lost at the mirror for that. You know that, right?
So how are you doing this evening?
I'm good. I'm blessed. Good to talk to you again.
Yes. Now, tell us about your background in the beauty industry and what are your specialties?
Oh, my God. The background that's probably the most extensive part of it, Shanice. You know, I coming from the islands, my mother had a beauty salon in Belize. And she took her craft to Chicago and instilled it in my sisters. And, you know, by the time I was 14, I was washing heads up in the shop. So it's been a family thing for us, you know. And that really lended a hand to me, you know, gaining the knowledge that I needed before I actually, you know, got into the fashion business and working with hair and makeup, you know. So it's kind of
it's in your blood.
Yes, it's in the blood.
So you are an expert in hair and makeup. So which are you most in demand for, or is it equal?
It's equal, and that's probably one of the most miraculous things about, you know, the career that I've built, you know, for myself over the years is that, you know, people want me for both, you know, and I've kind of, you know, I remember there was a time in the industry where you couldn't do both. It was like, oh, you know, if you were a hairstylist and your makeup was so-so or vice versa.
Right.
And I kind of broke the barrier for that, you know, especially here in New York, you know, coming here, you know, almost 6 years ago and, you know, claiming to be this hair and makeup, like, genius. You know, it was, you know, to a lot of photographers and models, even clients, you know, it was just unheard of to be so equally talented in both areas, you know, and be able to, you know, to do the hair extensively and then, you know, really wow them with the makeup, you know. So that's been my strong suit.
Now tell us about your work on the Tyra Show, because I mentioned that in your bio.
Yeah. Well, it's coming to a bittersweet, and unfortunately, you know, Tyra has decided that this is going to be the last season. But I've had a really, really good run there. You know, being one of the resident makeup artists there, you know, we are in control of, you know, taking the guests, you know, to that level of glam, you know, that Tyra.
Because every guest on the show gets professional hair and makeup.
That's right.
I noticed everybody on that show looks good.
Specialists to the children, it's really, really a part of what we do over there at the Tyra Show, is we want to introduce, you know, a lot of that glitz and glam that they see, you know, on America's Next Top Model and True Beauty and all those other ventures that Tyra has put forth. You know, people, they kind of want that, you know, experience. So they know when they come into the Tyra Show, that they want to feel like that moment, that they get to like feel pretty and, have that picture moment. And so that's the kind of atmosphere that she tries to create for the guests when they come there. So it's very, very stickler. I mean, you'd be surprised, the extent that we go with the guests, and the amount of people that work on the teams to create, the looks that we do for them, from wardrobe to hair and makeup. I mean,
you all dress the guests too?
Yes, we dress them too. Yes.
I don't think the other talk shows do all that.
Well, not as much as we do. I think the Tyra Show is one of the only shows that really, really, take in full, consideration the actual appearance of the guests when they come to sit on the couch. It's really a huge part of the synopsis of the talk show.
Well, I know that's a fabulous job to be on. I'm
yes,
excited
it is.
So you are also popular amongst the plus models, and everybody listening is familiar with your work, even if they don't realize it, because it's everywhere. So how did you break into the plus industry?
Well, it's funny. In Chicago, I was working with some very small, fashion lines that were trying to break out. And, that was almost like eight years ago, Shanice. And back then, even in my mind, I didn't really understand the full extent of the plus model industry and how powerful it was. But when I came to New York City, I was quickly introduced to this amazing photographer. Everybody knows this guy, Stanley DeVos. And he primarily, gave me the opportunity to take, my vision, and really express that through the plus-size models. And I think before we, came together as a team, it was really, really safe, with the girls. The way the photographers and the makeup artists and the stylists handle the plus models was really clean and pretty.
Commercial.
We sort of introduced a really edgy, high-fashion, really high-end glam sort of outlook on the way that we would shoot the models. And that is what really propelled me, to really start, breaking in and working with some of the bigger name girls that work in the industry.
Now, I mentioned that everybody listening is familiar with your work, whether they know it or not. One of the things I know everybody has seen is the Monique C. Fall 09 campaign, and it blew me away with Julie's big, sexy hair. It was fierce. Now, what did you do to achieve that look?
I got to tell you, Shanice, that right there, honestly, is some good old-fashioned iron curling with the wrists, working the curlers and the clips and letting it set, and some back teasing and combing. And that's really, and people look at it and they go, wow, that hair was amazing. Like, how did you get it to stand? And, was it some pump it up or something? You know what? Actually, I'm going to drop a little bit of, my trick on you for a second there. I created what you call a cushion in the back of the hair. And this is what we like to refer to as picture hair. And this is only for you, Shanice, your guest.
Okay, I'm getting the exclusive.
Yes. It's called a cushion. And I use this really like kinky, like nappy hair, and I twist it and knot it and braid it, and I stick it in the back of the head. So what you saw on the front end was this beautiful, like really full, glamorized, like beautiful curls and everything. But the back of it was crazy, because I actually had to build a construction to get the hair to blow against it. And so once I add the wind machine onto it, it creates this really beautiful silhouette of this like outrageous, like beauty, like 1970s, like fair.
So it was a wind machine. So it wasn't just sitting straight up like Don King. That was like wind too.
Yeah. We had a little wind machine on it, and I'm usually the one that's on the wind machine, so a lot of it has to come with me, blowing it the right time when the flash goes off. So it's a coordination between me and the photographer and the model to really, really get some of those beautiful, beautiful shots that we were able to accomplish.
Man, because when I saw that, now did you do the hair and the makeup or just the hair?
Actually, on this particular one, I didn't get a chance to do the makeup. I just did the hair. I really wanted to concentrate on the hair. They wanted something really, really innovative, something really sexy and really, really different.
Well, you did.
I collaborated with Tara Taylor, with amazing makeup artists, and we worked together on the set, and we created that look for Fluvia.
Well, yes, that was fabulous. I wish I could walk around with my hair like that every day. I love
it. You know, I got the walk around look like that too. You know,
I love it. I was ready to send you a ticket to come to LA.
All right.
So, some models listening are just starting out, and to cut costs, they don't hire a professional hair and makeup artist. So tell those listening, the newbies, the benefits of having a professional team on set.
It's probably one of the most beneficial things that the young ladies can do to really, really build the career and stand out and kind of break out within the industry. You know, lots of the agencies and, you know, the bookers and whatnot, they are accustomed to seeing a certain type of an image. And I think this is what a lot of the newbies don't really understand when, you know, trying to break into the business, is that how important the look is, you know, and how important that overall image, from the lighting, the hair, the makeup, the styling, you know, how important all of those images in working into one to create that perfect picture, you know. And I feel like a lot of times they try to cut corners, and you know, they want to go with their friends or somebody who has vision, without, you know, really, really understanding the importance of all those key elements that make up that beautiful image that they see and that they're trying to emulate.
Right, and then sometimes if you're from a certain area and you try and do your own hair and makeup, you might not be doing what the big cities are doing. You might do what's popular in your hometown, and it's not really hot.
So very important that, you know, they seek after, you know, professional talent. You know, and I talk to the girls and I tell them about it all the time, you know, and they say, well, you know, geez, that's a lot of money for me to pay to have you, you know, but the benefit of that is that you don't really have to keep on walking that line over and over again. We're constantly, repeatedly testing with this photographer and that photographer, you know, trying to get that same image when, you know, if you take the moment to just really plan, save a little bit of your money, put it to the side, and get your team together, the right team, you know, those images will take you further beyond, you know, the moment of having to constantly repeat yourself over and over again, only to come up short.
Exactly. Now, what is your ultimate goal in the industry? Is it to eventually have your own line of makeup and hair products, or is it something else?
Oh, Jesus. I'm only 29 now. You get to ask me that when I'm 36.
No, but you know, we close in age, and I, have ultimate goals.
I don't know. You know what? Right now, Shanice, I'm just really, really and truly, you know, taking, you know, these few years to really expand upon my style. You know, I really, really want to try some new things. You know, always trying to be clever and be original. You know, and that's what it's always been for me. You know, so for me, it's really about just taking, you know, each opportunity that I get and using that to propel me to the next. You know, and I've never really, you know, it's funny, I never really took the time to really think about an ultimate goal because I've always been growing, you know, and I've always, you know, allowed myself to get into new situations and new places, you know, and really, really just kind of excel from within those places and move forward. So the sky's the limit.
Right. Well, do you have anything coming up we could be on the lookout for? Any new campaigns or?
Actually, I just wrapped up a job with Monique C. again.
Okay.
For her spring campaign, so be on the lookout for that. We did some amazing stuff. We had Fluvia come back again.
Okay.
And blessed us with her fabulous moments in modeling. So
yes.
I just want to tell you guys I did the hair and the makeup, so be expecting a unison moment for me again with that. And I want to tell you exactly what it is.
Well, wait a minute. I think it might have already been released. Did she have like a big bun with a braid?
Yeah, so that was one of the teasers. Yeah.
Oh, okay, but we haven't seen the whole thing.
It's some more coming. And we did some really, really beautiful stuff. And be prepared to see Fluvia like you've never, ever, ever seen her before. It's amazing.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Well, we're ready.
Yes, and they gave me full control this time. And they was like, Daryon, we just want you to come in and just touch it with your amazing, like, energy, and we just going to stand back and just let you go full throttle. And that's the best thing is when I have that moment to be able to do that, So
right.
I can tell you that what's to come from the Monique C. Springline is going to be really, really beautiful. So be on the lookout for that.
Well, that's exciting teaser. I can't wait. So tell us your official website, and if anybody's listening interested in booking you, how to do so.
Well, you can. All my booking information is on my website. I can be reached at Daryon Haylock. That's DaryonHaylock.com. It's a whole bunch of beautiful stuff up there. You guys can go and check it out. And all the contact and booking information is right there for you as well. So feel free to hit me up. I'm always around, and get it while it's hot, because I'll be on the go.
And anybody listening, I can totally vouch for him because he's done my face twice.
Yeah,
my face.
We have some good times. We got to bring that back again. What's going on?
Well, I got to get back out there and make some things happen.
Yes. Well, I'm right here for you whenever you need.
Well, thank you. And continued success with everything that you got going on.
Thank you so much, Denise. It was such a pleasure talking to you, love. We got to do this again sometime. It was a whole bunch of fun.
Yes, all right. Well, enjoy the rest of your night.
All righty, you too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
And thank you to all the guests on the show tonight, Aimee, Marisa, and Daryon. Tune in next time, and we'll have more Plus industry professionals with stories to not only inspire you, but to keep you connected. Interested in advertising on our show, being a guest, or have comments, email us at guests@plusmodelmagazine.com. And if you haven't already, don't forget to join the Plus Model Radio's fan page on Facebook at facebook.com/plusmodelradio. For more information about this show, visit plusmodelmag.com. I've been your host this evening, Shanice Lewis. Thank you for tuning in and supporting Plus Model Radio. Until next time, keep thriving in your curves and be blessed.